All right, we're gonna go over these drag pack plates here. So this is for the C7, and we designed it to be a direct drop-in plate. So you'll see that we went ahead and gave it a little bit of color to this one. But this is one plate, and I'm gonna show you how to install them. And then this one is another plate. So let's go over to the car here, and we'll work on getting it installed. Okay, so check it out. We've got our C7 here, and we've got our solenoid, we got our bus bar, and then we have our circuit breaker. We're going to start with installing our solenoid and bus plate. But first, what we have to do is we're going to have to take a trimming tool, and we're going to have to trim here and here and remove the plastic between those two pieces, because the plate's going to sit down in here and it's going to cup around that plate. So let me show you how to do that real quick. All right, I'm going to try to one hand this plate. I already cut this one out, so it's not too difficult, but let's go ahead and squeeze this plate down in here. All right, and it just drops into place. So it's a very tight fit. It was the body on the interior was laser scanned, and then you'll see it even says solenoid, and it's got the brackets in there. You drop it down like such, and then you drop your bus down in there too. So I'm going to have to put the camera down here in a minute to put these screws in. But for now, we're going to go over to the circuit breaker panel plate, and then we're going to take, and that one is going to come in here, and it's going to go in there like so. So let me grab some light, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys how to install these real quick. So I'll be right back. All right, let me get these screws over here, get them ready to. So I got 4 long screws here. 2 of them go inside of the solenoid, and then 2 of them go for the circuit breaker over here. And then the shorter 2 of the installation kit goes into the bus bar. So let me grab that. I put tools down and I forget where they're at. Then I got to go back and spend like 15 minutes trying to find them. I'm like, I know I just had it. Okay. The cool thing about this is that when you put these in, it makes the installation a lot easier. There's no guessing. You don't have to have wires running everywhere. You just drop the plates in, trim the body, and you're good to go. Takes all the guesswork out of it, and it's a lot less of a headache, because if your kids are anything like mine, they're impatient and they just want to drive it right now. So that's kind of how we end up making things like this. But hey, big shout out goes out to Adam Sanders. We were talking about making these drag plates and everything, and there's a lot of you guys out there that have great ideas, and like, I love talking to you guys. It's a small community, but it's ever growing. So if we can pass around ideas or come up with things that may work better, I'm all about it. Okay, so now we're going to take these other 2 screws, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to take the plate out for the time being. We're going to put our load side over here and our line side. So our load side is going to go toward the outer portion of the car, and then the line side is going to go toward the inside. And then we're going to put our bolts in here. So with these, you'll see that there is another hole. So there's actually 3 holes for wires because some of you guys have different setups. Some of you guys may have where you need more. I mean, it's hard to say, but this is a good starting point to building the average car just with 4 motors, you know. So 4 motors, solenoid, running on the lithium batteries. The beeping in the background, those are the printers on the UPSs let me know that they're heating up because they print over 600 degrees. So when they pull a high load like that, it tells me that that's what they're doing. So what we do is we take our load side and then we snake it through the top because we're going to come over the top and around. And then we'll take our line side and we'll go through the bottom hole and then come around the top. So first things first, though, once we put our wires through the plate, once we get our wires through the plate here, we'll take a couple plastic screws and then put this plate down in here. So you can see I have a one hole here, one back here, one right there, and one right there. So these 2 holes were already there as far as there's indentions. And then the back one you can just mark with a Sharpie once you get the template put in place. Very straightforward. Put those in there and then run the drills down. I guess we should tighten our drill up a little bit tighter, huh? Oops. I guess I'm making bloopers instead of videos. I guess those count as videos, but maybe people watch the bloopers too. Who knows? If you were here, most of my days are bloopers. Try not to over tighten these down. There we go. Just snug by hand. If you want to know how to tighten them down, I mean, I used a drill, but if you use a drill, you want to make sure that you don't over tighten them. All right, so we got that one on. Then we'll take our load line, snake it around this side, put that on there. We'll bust out our 10 mil. Tighten that down. And also on these parts, the circuit breaker and the bus, I'll post the links to those in the description. Plus, anywhere I share it, I'll also share the links to the exact parts because I want to make sure you guys get the right parts that I'm designing these plates for and other parts. So anything I design where I have external parts, I'll make sure I let you guys know the Amazon link where to purchase them. The whole goal for this is to try to find parts that we all can use and we can find pretty readily, I guess, to make sure that we're not using one-off parts unless we absolutely need to, making it hard on everybody to find the parts and stuff. We don't want that. We want you guys to be able to find the parts and build these cars for your kids fairly easy. All right, so gotta grab my tool over here again. All right, so now I got the shorter. got the shorter bolts, and I'm gonna move the camera around here for a minute and see if we can go back to capture the bus part here. Let's get our line up here. Oh, there we go. Drop our screw down in there. All right, I'm gonna have to set the camera down again. Line these screws back up. When your wires are attached, then they like to pull whichever way they like to pull. So you'll have to manually put your bus bar and line it up with the screw holes. But it's pretty straightforward. Oh, I was way off. Okay, let me scoot that one back forward. There we go. I had to double check that one. And just push it forward. This wire was pushing it back off the solenoid. Sweet. Got those installed. Now I've got to put the screws in. And I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could do this. If you want to put your screws in first, I mean, you can do that too. I didn't, so I'm putting them in now. I don't think it's rocket science, but whatever works. I know a lot of you guys, including myself, we've grown to figure out ways to do things in the community with parts and everything else that's not really meant to be. Like, I watch you guys do all kinds of things with different tire setups and stuff. So it'll be fun. Speaking of tire setup, we've got the Go Tread right there. It's already on the tire. Need to give this thing a rip. So I like this bus bar, and here's why. It has plenty. It has plenty of parts and mounting points on each side. So the thing I like about this bus bar is that it separates your positive side and your negative side both in one, but they give you enough connections that you can still have plenty to run a quad motor setup. So I took a marker and I marked this cap with the red. Not that you really need to, but I did. Just because. Okay. So let's go grab a battery. Let's check our connections here. I just got the battery off the charger. Connection's good there. Our safety switch is up. So let's go ahead and push that safety switch back down. I've got a mess here. Got the front end still apart. We're not done with it just yet because we're still making parts for it, but we're going to test it out anyways. This is a knockoff battery off Amazon. I'll list parts to it too. If you guys want to get your hands on it, feel free. I'll make sure I share all the parts and everything with everyone. So if you guys want this exact same build, you guys can have it. Just click on the link and make your purchase. 18 volts lithium. We'll turn our stop on and let's give her a go. Yeah, got power, baby. Oh, making a mess. We didn't have our wheel on, but you get the hang of it. That's kind of how we're at and where we're at. So you saw me making a mess with the Corvette C7 back here. I shot one of the wheel retaining pieces off into the floor. I'm going to have to search for it now because I don't know where the heck it went. I didn't lock the collar down on the wheel, but I need to put the wheels back on. That's what I need to do. So If you have any questions, I'll get this stuff posted up. Like I said, I'll add the links in there if you want to get your hands on these parts that go directly with the plates. Then I'll add that. You can just click it and go buy it. All the parts are off Amazon, so you can get it cheap. You can get a good deal, and it helps support us and our channel and what we do here at Lyle's 3D Printing as well. Just little gestures, likes, shares, subscribe, all those. It really helps out. We enjoy making these kind of videos and content. So until next time, guys, peace.